And I'm sure you can come forward like somebody else. I mean, I'm just like completely overwhelmed. So thank you for, sounds like good nervous. Thank you for coming along today. And today I'm going to talk about a few things. The main topic for today is going to be one of those deep talks. It's called Forging a Life. So we're going to go over things like passion as an energy source, beware of the comfort zone, time management, why living well is the best revenge, and forging a life for yourself. Alright, so just before that, what I'd like to do is a really quick introduction. Let's look, it's not going to the next slide, is it? Oh, always in learning. Okay. Alright, so really quick introduction. So, I'm born and raised in the UK. And this is some of our lovely habitats in the UK, filled with lovely roadworks which go on forever and ever. I moved to Japan about 12 years ago, not because of the roadworks, where I worked on the internet for a very long time. I was a website manager at Amazon, a product manager at Microsoft. I then left Microsoft to start up my own company. The full name is actually Mirai Kabushiki Gaisha, which is Mirai Inc. So lots of folks ask me what I do. I mean, many people think I actually sit at home and wait for emails to come in and stuff like that. So let's have a look. What we do. This isn't working. All right. So basically, what we do is we share Japanese culture with the world, and we do that through a few means. We do that through the web, the internet, and through TV. And through events, speaking appointments, products, and we also help clients spread their products and services throughout the world. So we've got clients like a Good Smile Company, Kanakawa, Konami, Records, and ASCII Media Works. So ASCII Media Works actually working with them on the Nikonopolis project. All right, and Dentsu, which is an advertising agency, and very lately I've been doing stuff for the Japanese government. So the website, it was called Danichi.com, and now it's been rebranded as culturejapan.jp. And the content still stays the same, so I'm blogging about Japanese pop culture, more of the traditional Japan. This lady over here, she's about to ask her boss for a pay rise. And the more traditional Japan. Also have a TV show called Culture Japan, which is broadcast on Tokyo MXTV in Japan. And across Asia as well. So this is a billboard ad for Hong Kong. And I'm also very pleased to announce that Culture Japan Season 1 will be broadcast all across the US on Mnet, the Mnet channel, starting July the 5th. So I think also see this on Time Warner. And I mean, I'm not really familiar with your cable channels and stuff like that, but across the US, I folks should be able to see it. So I'd like to show you a really short trailer of Culture Japan Season 1. Okay, video. All right, season one. All right, so what I'd like to do now is talk a little bit about what I'm currently working on. So one of the things I'm doing this year is concentrating on the Mirai Tsunaga brand. So Mirai-chan has always been a little mascot that sits in the corner of my my blog, and she's always complained, Danny, can you do something? And so this year I've been really working with lots of little folks all over Japan in the industry. So first up, we've been working with lots of illustrators in Japan. So over here we have Naoshi Ahane, DMYO, Refia Sensei, Yuki Hagure Sensei, Mikio Sensei, Hiromuzu Sensei, Chocolate Chip Sensei. And I just got these in today, Kobuichi Sensei. So also I've been working with one of the lead designers at Square Enix. He was leading the designs on the front mission. And so I've been working with him on the Mirai Millennium story which revolves around Mirai-chan. So she goes around in one of these, all right? And which is actually transformed. She's got this little ball called Metro Cube that transforms and makes all those transforming noises. And it transforms into that big suit. So I'm also working with a very talented lady in America. Her name is Rain, also known as Meow or Meow. And she's a very talented lady, and I've been working with her on some of these designs over here. And here are the score uniforms. So I came across another very talented artist in Indonesia known as Pinax. And this is the Mirai Millennium world over here. And this is the school that they attend. So very soon we'll be revealing some of the scenarios. So I'm working with some folks. So when I was in Amazon, I was working with this guy who's an editor. And then many years later on, I discovered that he was a scenario writer for many titles like Shakugan no Shana, and he's now working on Twin Angel, and I'll be working with him on the scenario for Mirai Millennium. So also introduce a blog into the scene. If there's any real resemblance to anybody, it's completely coincidence. So he gets to wear cool stuff as well. And this is his solo marine shell. I wonder how I'm going to make this. So, and here are the color schemes which I came through very recently. So also, at last, the Figma Mirai Tsunaga came out. So this is available at Toilet. There's a little booth in the exhibit hall, and she's available over there. And I brought the owner to the corner and said, look, could you give somebody another Figma for half price if they get one of these Mirai Figmas? And he said, oh, okay. So if you go along, you can get Mirai Figma and then another Figma for half price. So also been working with many folks in the industry to get Mirai-chan to appear in different animes. So I only televised on April the 1st. So this is not live. And so there's an anime called Twin Angel. It's going to be broadcast from July the 4th, I believe. And Mirai-chan will be appearing in it. as a maid running around, and all her comrades will be dressed up like this as well. So I'm really excited to see Mirai-chan running around. So it's going to be in around episode 4, which is probably the end of July-ish or the first week of August. And this is the title of the game, Twin Angel. Good citizen. Lovely. Okay, also been working with Nitro Plus. They bring us great titles like, damn, my mind is going to completely blank. Great titles like Steins Gate. That's right. And their master character, Super Sonicom, is going to be in a game called Sonicoming, and the Mirai-chan will be appearing in that as well. So I've been also been working on some music. So last year we released a single called Mirai Mechanism, which was the theme song for Culture Japan. So I've been working on another tune, which is sung by Mirai. And unfortunately, the keynotes, it doesn't have any functionalities to like fade out the music, so it kind of like ends abruptly. So anyway. So I've been working on that song very recently, and we haven't released it yet, but we plan to do so free on the internet. So also been working on Mirai-chan and her comrade teaching Japanese. So started this new series called Moe Kana, right? And basically it's going to be like a set of cards called karuta. So in Japanese culture, there's like a set of cards called karuta, which typically have like hiragana written on them. So this is what we're going to do. So this is Mirai-chan, ta for taiko, with a for akumako. And so we've done these illustrations in a way which can be actually used on t-shirts, like the one I'm wearing over here. I really like this one, ki for kimono, chi, chochin, for ski. We've got some more ones which have just come through, so I'm going to really please skip through these. This is Haruka-chan. This is, what hiragana could this be for? What hiragana is this? Oh, or what? Okpai! It's actually, what's it, mu or mune. Right. It's maid, nurigurumi. This is noren. So in many Japanese establishments, you have like these curtains outside the door. And Fujisan, Henshin, is like transforming into her angel. And we have, we decided to use this for Oki, which is a brush, one of those brooms. And here's some of the rest. So when I get back to Japan, I'll be working on Culture Japan Season 2. One of the first things we'll be doing is going up with a volunteer group called Peace Boat up to the north where the damage, the earthquake has really hit Japan. And we'll be doing some volunteer work and like showing the volunteer efforts going up there. All right, just before I continue, we're going to have a really quick giveaway. So what I've got here is like a Mirai-chan t-shirt over here. All right, here. And so this one is available at Kidney Mart as well. And we've got like a Mirai figure over here. Don't put my name like scribbled on it. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to like show you a slide, and it's got like a question on it. And what you have to do is read it and answer. The answer is going to be either A, B, C, or D. And so that I can identify who was the first person who answered, you'll have to, I don't know, just jump out and like shout out. letter. So I'm going to come down here. Just block out the light with my eyes and see who's the first one that's going to answer this. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I hear lots of folks answering B. So I'll tell you what. Let's focus on answering B. Let's really quickly do a jump in. Really quickly do a jump in. All right, there you go. Okay. Can we have some lights, please? Lights, please. Real quickly. Lights, please. Real quick. Can anyone see me anyway? I guess you can see me. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go Sai Shou Gu, jump in point. All right, just for those who answered B. Okay, let's go. Sai Shou Gu, jump in point. All right, so anyone who got scissors is out, and anyone who got fists, stones, is in. So how many is fists? Fists, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to do it again. Sai Shou Gu, jump in point. All right, anyone who got fists is out. Anyone who got a paper is still in. Okay, Sai Shou Gu, jump in point. All right, everyone who got scissors is out. Everyone who got paper, is it one person paper? One person paper. Is he over there? Is that right? Is that right? Oh, please, let me quickly give you this. Please come along. You've got 5 seconds to get here. All right, so the answer was B, because he's a bloke. All right, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the serious stuff. So discover and live your passion, and the rest will just follow, and it always does. So this is something I not only preach to others, I always preach this to myself. I remember just after 2009, when my company wasn't having a really good time, sometimes I'd be like sitting at my computer, like blogging, I'd say to myself, like, why am I doing this? But then I always preach this to myself, and it really has gotten me through a lot of tough times. So the importance of discovering one's passion. So once you start to discover what you really enjoy and what you really love in life, you're really going to start to achieve more. Because you have a vision, you know exactly what you want to do, and every day you wake up, you know what you want to aim for, you know what you want to achieve every day. You're going to start loving Mondays. I ask lots of folks, what day of the week do you dislike? And more often than not, most folks say to me, Monday. And I ask them why. They say, well, you have to go back to school, you have to go back to work. And, I find this very interesting. If you don't want to, if you dislike Mondays because you have to go back to school or because you have to go back to work, why do you continue to do so? So once you discover your passion, you will really find what you really love to do, and you'll love Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, etc. All right, so once you have discovered your passion, you'll start to you'll gain the ability to start to overcome obstacles like much more easier. And I think the reason is that once you have an obstacle, because you have like a goal, you have like a vision, you have a passion, you seek many different ways to like overcome these obstacles, and that passion really enables you to do so. You really start to identify more goals in your life much more clearly and much more easily. So in life you will encounter like many different things that you want to do. And once you really discover your passion, what happens is that you start to think to yourself, oh, okay, I've got this, okay, I love this, and within this, I want to achieve this, and this, and this. And then basically what happens is every day you wake up and you're always thinking constantly, how are you going to start to achieve your goals? So what then happens is that passion becomes your second energy source after food. And it really does help you to drive yourself to achieve things in life. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about the comfort zone. I mean, I always babble on about this. So the comfort zone is, as one may think, it's like a really comfortable zone. Okay, so these girls, Kanata and Mira-chan, they are in, what do you call this, a Japanese hot public bar. You know, they're very comfortable. Onsen, sento. And you know, they're very comfortable. And the comfort zone in Japanese is actually called nurumayu ni tsukaru. It means you're kind of like in hot, warm water. And what this is that, let's say you're at a company, you've got decent pay, and that enables you to pay for some of the basic human needs, which is food and shelter. So once these basic human needs are fulfilled, it's very difficult for humans to want to try to do something to like get out of the comfort zone, because there's a risk associated with like getting out of this comfort zone. So before I was at, I'm not going to mention which company, I was at a particular company, and the pay was decent. You know, I was working at very decent hours, and but every day was the same. But you know, I was living a comfortable life. But what could have happened was I could have like stayed in the company, and like 5 years on, I could have still, you know, be in the company. So what I decided to myself was, you know, I knew I wanted more in life. And I decided to do the milk rounds. Do you call them the milk rounds? Does anyone know what the milk rounds are? No? So the milk rounds in English, British English, it means looking for a job. I don't know why it's called a milk round, but now that it's not a common term in America, you can actually say it in front of your boss. You know, your boss is behind you. Hey Larry, you're doing milk rounds. So anyway, I was at a particular company, and I done the milk rounds. I got to meet like lots of different recruiters. I went to lots of different companies for interviews, and I started to like grow my network just with recruiters and these companies which I was interviewing with. And then what I found myself was like just a few months later, really just a few months later, I was like earning three times what I was earning at the previous company. And like, I had like a huge platoon of staff, and my life like just completely changed. So really taking that risk to get out of that comfort zone is it's something that you really want to try to do. So one of the things that really drives me is this basically. So time is nearly up. It really is. That's absolutely no joke. So, really, before you know it, time is just, you just got no time at all. And I'm under no illusion that I'm going to like live to be like old and grey. I could go out and someone could mug me or something and stab me, and I don't know, whatever. And you know, it could happen any time. You know, you watch the news all the time. You know, you see people like dying left, right, and centre, and you don't really think too much about it. But those folks who are like dying on the news, they were probably thinking the same thing. And it's, you know, you really could go at really any time. And you know, I'd really like folks to be able to live their life, no matter how long they've got left, to really live a fulfilling life. So there was a girl called Ashley. She had a disease called progeria. And this disease is one where humans age at about 13 times the normal rate. And so she was like around about like 13 or so. And folks with this disease, they usually die at that age. And so she was having an interview, and she was like telling the cameras that, you know, it's not about like how long you live. It really is about the quality of life that she had while she was alive. And you know, she was really grateful for what she had. So this is one of the things that really drives me. Just time is really up. So now that I'm really so obsessed about time, I'd like to like share some of my experiences with time management. But before that, I'm going to take one of these sips from one of these AX bottles. All right, time management. So what do? I keep constant track of my time all the time. I like these double watch over here, which I can like keep times of my different like time zones. Or like clocks, like everywhere I look in my house there's a clock. There's like when I go for food, there's like a clock. When I go to the kitchen, there's a clock. When I go for a bath, there's a clock, and I'm like always keeping like constant track of time. So once you start doing that, you really get into the habit of like really appreciating how much time you don't. Return on investment. So one of the things I do is really think about, okay, if I'm going to spend like half an hour on this, what sort of value is it going to bring about? So let's say I don't know, spend 20 minutes copy and pasting something. So that's kind of like not really productive. So what I'll do is kind of like look for an automated way to do that. So I always think about return on investment regarding time. Invest in anything that saves time. So you can't stop the clocks, but one of the best things you can do is spend time or spend money on devices which help you save time. So it could be anything from like buying a faster computer or like buying a cabinet which will enable you to like organize your stuff so that you can find things easily, so that you don't have to like spend time looking for them. Invest time in the short term to save time in the long term. So, go back over. Let's go to that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so when you're trying to like save time, what happens is you will notice that there is an association into setting up something to save time in the long run. What happens is like you're so busy that you tend to implementing time-saving procedures in place. You tend to like put them off, but really do try to spend time to work on those time-saving procedures now, so that you get much more time afterwards. Okay, let's say for example, I don't know, FTP. So FTP is like a protocol. Too complicated. FTP is okay, right? FTP is okay. So FTP is a protocol which enables you to like upload stuff. So in order for me to like upload things quickly, I can make something called a droplet. Right? So it's little icons for like the password and like lots of details embedded. So all I need to do is like drag and drop a file onto it, and it just gets uploaded, and then the URL of that file gets pasted to my clipboard. So doing things like that, I mean, that's going to take me like 10 minutes to set up, but it's going to save me like a ton of time afterwards. But while I'm busy, I think to myself, oh God, I don't have 10 minutes to do so. So really start to think about investing time in the short term to save time in the long term. So Danny's Pie. So Danny's Pie is, I didn't know what to call it, so we just called it Danny's Pie. Is something which I used to talk about to my staff when I was at Amazon. And it's a way of really measuring and valuing your time. So there's Danny's Pie, sounds like Danny's Pie, but I don't have it. So let's say you've got like a pie split up into 24 hours. So let's say over here you've got, let's say for example you sleep for 8 hours. Let's say for example you work for 8 hours. But then you've got, and then you've got, can you see that? And commute. So you've got your commute, right? You've got to commute to work, or you've got to commute to school, whatever. Let's say just for example that's 1 hour. But then you've got to health and hygiene, you've got to pee, you've got to poo, you have to look after your health. You know what I mean? And then what you've got left is you've got 5 hours left for what I call self-development. And many of my staff in Japan, they kind of like stay back at work like all the time, and they encourage them to think about if they stayed at work for more than their 8 hours, it's going to eat into their self-development time, or it's going to sleep into it's going to like eat into like sleeping time, or so on and so on. And this self-development time is like really important to basically improve oneself. So that could be anything from I don't know, playing games, right? That's going to really recreation is also another important part of self-development too. But it's things like looking up on Google, learning up new skills, like meeting new people, and so on and so on. So self-development is just keeping track of like how many hours you don't have left of self-development really helps you manage your time. All right, time management, a little bit more over here. So learn to make sacrifices so that you can focus less on the small stuff and focus on the big impacting stuff. So, let's have a look. Again, another example of when I was at Amazon. So I had like lots of business owners, right, from many different departments. They would say to me, hey Danny, I want this link over here. Or Danny, the Amazon logo should be like spinning in a circle. Or, you know, lots of different useful things. And we can do all those like, little small things, or we can use our resources to spend on doing like big things, like list mania or buy X, get Y. So those really big impacting things really do contribute to the business. So, but this means you can't do the small stuff. So, like folks who read my blog may notice that I'm not blogging every day, and that's a sacrifice I have to make because I want to be blogging every day. But if I want to get the big stuff done, I just can't. So, understanding the amount of time I have and making those sacrifices really does help you make those really, really big changes that are really going to affect your life. Looking for stuff is a complete waste of time. So apparently, the average human spends 150 hours just looking for stuff, and it's just a complete waste of time. So what I try to do is just keep organized, basically. You know, if you need to like spend money to buy a cabinet to keep things organized, you know, that's really going to help you. And what you need to do is basically get rid of stuff that you don't need, so that you can easily find stuff that you do need. If you've got something you don't need, give it to, you know, sell it on charity, or give it to something you don't like, or, you know, so on and so on. So looking for stuff, complete waste of time. Use technology to speed up workflow. So there's probably lots of manual things that you're doing every day. So I don't know, an example would be that before I used to manage my invoices using Word documents like on my computer over here. But now I use Google Docs. So Google Docs just helps you manage everything online, and that really has helped me just speed up my workflow basically. So always try to seek technology which can really help you do things much more quickly. Digitize everything. So my office, like many other offices, there's like a lack of paper everywhere. And so what we try to do is digitize something. So if you don't have a scanner, you can just like take a photo of it, which is just as good, and you can just keep it on a hard drive. Many different electrical appliances, like cameras or whatever. You can usually download the PDF file in electric format from the manufacturer's website. So if you have that, then you can either throw away the actual physical paper manual, or put it in for recycle, or give it to someone who don't like it. And so another thing is getting to the point. So over the years, while doing business, I've realized that me getting to the point is really appreciated by the other parties. So for example, okay, let's say I want Kadokawa to put Mirai-chan in the anime to an angel. So I could say like something like, hey, you know, I've got this like character called Mirai-chan, and you know, it'd be fantastic if she could appear in an anime one day. And that's like just not getting to the point. So I'd rather say, Kadokawa-san, can we have Mirai-chan appear into an angel, please? And so, yeah, sure. So that's really it's really going to get to the point that it's going to save your time, and it's really going to save their time. So get to the point. Picking up the phone. So this is something, another thing which I learned at Amazon as well. So in this day and age where like everyone like uses internet, uses email, there's lots of email going back and forth. You know, hey honey, do you like the color of this carpet? No. Okay, do you like the color of this carpet? No. No, etc. etc. You can just pick up the phone, just make a quick call, and you can like get it over and done really quickly, and you're going to save yourself and the other party lots of time. Don't waste time typing ideas. I mean, I've done it once in the past, and it hasn't done anything for me at all. I bought this Darth Vader armor. I wasn't pleased with the quality, and I started like bashing this guy, and you know, I really regret it. I mean, I've made up with the guy right now, but it's completely wasted time. So another thing that's a completely wasted time is entertaining trolls. I'm an expert in trollism. So, when I was first trolled, this is how I felt. What have I done to you, Christ? And my first reaction is basically to defend myself and try to explain myself. And it's not worth it. So, trollism. Here are some things which I can share with you regarding trollism, and I believe there's one or two in the audience today who are going to go back. Okay, like they did last time, it's going to say something really cool like, I fell asleep in Danny's panel. You know, anyway. So, trolls want attention from you or from somebody. They really seek attention. So, and I think one of the reasons why they do this is that they seek achievement from trolling. So one of the observations I've seen, and from having looked at the profiles of some trolls, is that they don't really achieve in real society, which is the reason why they troll you. So many moons ago, I used to have this website, and there's this guy like trolling me. It's not Danny Choo, it's like another website. He was like trolling me, and I put a little message right on the top of the page. I said, "Why are you doing this? Please go away, go away!" And after a while, I got good at like trying to ignore this guy. And he sent me an email, and he said, "You know, I'm going to be around for a while. Could you please put a note, like you did last time, talking about it?" And then I realized that this guy really was like seeking attention from me and the community. And by entertaining him, he was he's being fed basically. So, and basically what they do is they seek satisfaction from hurting you, which basically gives them achievement. So one of the most important things to do is to not be a troll, because this is what they were going to do. Fed trolls. So, trying to get everybody to like you is a sign of mediocrity. Colin Powell English. So this is the wrong way to deal with a troll. So the wrong way is to stop what you're doing. I come across like so many people who like close their Twitter accounts, they like just stop their blog. And so very recently I had one of my comrades in Japan who was trolled. He was actually a dog guy, right? He's got a dog guy, he takes his dogs out and about and like, takes his photos. And then he was attacked by a load of like other dog guys, and I said, look, if you go outside and take pictures of dogs, then people will be scared of dogs. And the Japanese government is going to ban dogs in public. And, but this guy was like being attacked from like left, right, and center, and he just gave up, he just gave up. And then I saw a message on his blog which said, I've caused many people lots of different trouble, and I'm just closing them as well. So when I see stuff like this, it obviously makes me very angry. I mean, I called the guy up, I gave him the pep talk, and he basically came back. He put a message back up in his blog. He said, like, screw you, I'm going to continue doing my love. Okay. So what you can do is you can acknowledge that you're being trolled, but never react. Another thing about reacting is that you look really silly. I mean, if you see a blog, then you idiot, and then you reply and say, no, I'm not an idiot. You just look like you end up looking like an idiot, basically. Once you start entertaining trolls, one bad thing that happens, and that's you start to lose focus from your real goals. So you've discovered your passion, you're like heading towards your goals, and you've got like people like trolling you left, right, and center. And if you start entertaining them, then you're really going to lose focus from your goals, which are like the most important goals. So you've got to start to ask yourself whose goals are more important, satisfying the troll's goals or your goals. So Danny's pie now becomes the wasted pie. And the reason is, let's say for example you spend 2 hours, just say for example, 2 hours every day entertaining a troll, by replying to them or like trying to like explain to them you know, why you do what you love, and so on and so on. So let's say, so this is what happens over here. Reaction to a show of 2 hours. Okay. All right, so that is actually 720 hours a year wasted on entertaining children. What does that mean? That means the JLPT, the Japanese Language Proficiency Test, to study for level 3, to study past for level 3, you need to do like 5 to 700 hours of study. And even if you didn't spend like 2 hours a day on entertaining children, let's say one hour a day, that would be you know, around 250 to like 400 hours of study for JPLT level 1. So you're really good to think to yourself, you know, why are you reacting? So, living well is the best revenge. George Herbert, poet. So the best way to deal with So what you can do is you can retaliate by living your passion, by continuing what you love. Because this is, like, trolls absolutely hate to see you succeed. And they really just can't stand it. And by showing that you are unaffected, by showing that you're going to continue what you love doing, is the best retaliation against the troll. What you can also do is use hatred from the troll as your third energy source. Okay? So now we've got food, passion, and hatred from And you know, I don't want to sound like a sadistic sadist or whatever, but I get high from the hatred from trolls. It really does have power. All right, and also remember that trolls exist to help us ourselves improve. Because once we start to help trolls, we have to like learn how to deal with them, and it's not easy. I mean, no one likes to be bashed. You know, no one likes to be like hated. But as you start to deal with it, you really start to improve yourself, and you start to realize that the only reason why trolls were born is to like help you improve. So after a while, what you're going to do is you're going to learn to love your trolls. Okay, so we talked about passion, time management. What we're going to do now is talk about forging your life. Students, how many students do you have over here? Students. Students, yes! All right, so for students, I'd like to share some of my experiences with you. So, build your resume. Like, folks think they have to be going for a job to start with the resume. It's absolutely not true. You should start building your resume today. So make a resume. So what you're going to do is you're going to just start off with a Word file or text file, whatever, sticking your details, and start writing down your education, what you like doing, what you have done, and so on and so on. Then have a look, and you have a look to see, do you like what you see? You know, if you give this to, let's say you just left school that day, you gave it to an employer, do you think they're going to employ you? So if you don't like what you see, what you can start to do is get a part-time job in the field of your passion, for example. So let's say, for example, I don't know, if you like golf, okay, let's say you're passionate about golf. You could get a job as at a golf range, as a part-time job, or you can get I don't know, a part-time job making golf, what do you call those clubs, which transform into guns, and I don't know. So what you can do is, once you start working in, doing some part-time work in fields that you're passionate about, you're going to start meeting lots of different folks who are also passionate about what you're passionate about. You're going to gain lots of experience, and it's going to be something that you can stick onto your resume. And you can make some money on the side to I don't know, buy tickets to go to Japan or whatever. So that's actually one thing that I did. So, I worked in a Japanese restaurant called Benihana in the UK. So I was at university, and I wanted some change, some pocket money. And I also wanted to speak Japanese. So Benihana is, I wasn't one of those chefs who threw knives and killed people occasionally. So I was in the halls, running around, oh, this is one day, it was really embarrassing. I had this like Kirin beer and I just poured it over a customer and the bottle kind of like hit his back and I couldn't move the tray at all. Because if I moved it would have got like really wet. So I just like let it pour beer all over it. So there's Benihana, and I worked for a publishing company who published books for Japanese folks who moved to the UK to learn English. So that really helped my translating skills. And then I was really passionate about anime and manga. So I contacted this company called Mangazine. So at that time in the UK, they were publishing titles on VHS, such as Project Echo, Ghost in the Shell, what else were they doing? Dangayo, and so on and so on. And so I contacted them and said to the CEO, I'm really passionate about some anime, and I speak a little bit of Japanese. I'd really like to do something for you. And he said, okay. And then he contacted me back and said, I'm going to start a newsletter called Mangazine. And basically what happened was he sent me like loads of VHS videos of anime titles which weren't released in the UK yet. And I would like use my Japanese to like review them and attempt to write some humorous reviews. So for the magazine, I didn't get paid for it, but it was like such an invaluable experience. Also got myself, still working again, part-time job at Japan Airlines as a ground staff. So Heathrow Airport is kind of like a complete mess, and like many Japanese passengers, they would like often get lost. So one of my jobs was to go and look for them, go and hunt for them, basically. This job was absolutely fantastic. It enabled me to like speak to lots of different Japanese passengers, like interface with them, and I learned lots on the job at the same time. So if you're studying and you think, God, I haven't got time to have a part-time job, make time. It's really important to like get that experience under your belt and to start beefing up your resume. So let's say you love anime. So one of the things you could be doing is so there's many like AX staff over here who like have learned Japanese, who are very fluent in Japanese, and they're now helping out with the AX staff and like gaining also valuable experience and like talking to the guests and so on and so on. So there could be other things like, so I know this guy in South Africa, he really loves Japanese culture, and he started to work at a video store where they had like a little anime corner. So small things like that can like really help beef your resume. Okay, so time for the employees. The salary folks. How many salary folks over here? Salary folks! Not too many, not too many. Okay. Okay, so even if you're not a salary person, this will help your career in the future. So build your career. Always keep your options open. So when I was at Amazon, I used to like get recruiters try to headhunt me. And I would say to them, I'm just not interested. And when I was in Amazon America in Seattle, I was doing some work. Then I heard my co-worker say, "Hey, Dan, I'm just going off to Skype for an interview." And they were like very open about all the open opportunities, all the interviews that they were going to. I mean, even my boss he said, "Hey, Danny, just take Friday. I'm just going to Microsoft on interview," and it's really amazing. So, those folks, they really get to really keep the options open, because you never know what sort of opportunities are out there. So rather than just being like narrow-minded and saying like, no, I'm not interested, really just go along, just have a conversation. You never know who you may speak to and what you may learn and find out. Always keep your resume up to date. Let's presume all the time that you are going for a job interview. What this does is that, just assume that you get, someone asks you, "Hey, I'm really interested in your skills. Could you give me your resume?" So you start to have a look at your resume and you think, "Oh God, it's got like holes missing and so on and so on." So what that enables you to do is to think about like different ways that you can do to start filling up your resume with the skills that you think like future employers may be interested in. Use your job position to meet others. One of the things I've done, again at Amazon, was to contact folks at other companies. So I contacted this guy at another e-commerce company. So my name is Danny Choo, website manager of Amazon in Japan, and I'd love to get together to talk about this or that. And so I built my network by doing things like that. And in this particular example, I contacted somebody who was the general manager of this, of this e-commerce company. And in the end, they ended up trying to recruit me. I stayed at Amazon, and I actually recruited him, and he's now a director at Amazon. Network with folks in the company. When I was at Amazon, when I was at Microsoft, there's like just thousands and thousands of people. And we'd be standing in elevators, and like, people would come in, and everyone would just keep absolutely quiet. And I started to realize after speaking to different folks, do you know those folks? Do you know those folks? And they would say, no, they're like in a different department. And what happens is when you're in a big organization, you tend to work with folks around you. But the organization has lots and lots of talented folks doing many different things. So one of the things I've done at Amazon and Microsoft was they had this intranet tool where you can see who the other employees were. So I do a search for logistics, and I would see everyone working in the logistics department. So I would just contact someone and say, Danny Choo, website manager, but I'd love to talk about, I'd love to get together for lunch. And so what happens then is that you get to meet a new comrade within the organization. You also get to learn about their job as well. So I get to learn about logistics. Through that lunch meeting, I maybe decide I want to work in logistics, for example. So if you're working in an organization, do make sure to network with folks in your same organization. Take initiative outside your job spec. So let's say you're assigned to build websites, but then there's other departments doing this, other departments doing that. Do focus on the responsibilities that you have in your job, but also try to take initiative to do things outside of your job space, because it really is going to open some eyes, and folks are going to really see that you are somebody who can work outside of the box. So one of the things, I'm going to use Amazon example again. So my position was a management position, and so that's emails, meetings, emails, meetings, emails, meetings. And I wanted to do something different. I used some of the Amazon technology to build Amazon websites in my spare time at home. And usually it would take hundreds and hundreds of developers to make something, and I use a particular technology to build Amazon websites overnight. And that really raised some eyebrows, and actually got me an opportunity to work in Amazon Seattle. So do try to do stuff outside of your job space. Don't think that, I'm paid only to do this, I don't want to do that. Keep your mind open and think about all the different things that you can be doing within an organization. Seek opportunities within the organization. If you feel that the role that you're in is not offering you what you have been gaining from the position, do seek other opportunities that you can gain within the organization. So, for example, I'm doing web stuff. I may be interested in marketing. I go to marketing, have a chat with the guy, and after learning about marketing, I may decide that I want to do some marketing. And again, as you're building your career, do always be aware of the companies. Now, what could everybody be doing? Profile, sharing, and networking. So building an online profile is something which I've done, and I've done many moons ago, and it's something which I would recommend absolutely everybody to do. If you don't tell anybody your abilities, no one's going to let you know, no one's going to knock on your door, hey, are you the person who can do this? You really have to let people know what your skills are, what your abilities are, and what you like. So my online profile really has helped me throughout my entire career. So I had this online profile, and I submitted my resume to a recruitment company. And the recruitment company called me, and I thought they had like opportunities for me. And the boss, he had like printouts of my website profile, and I was like really surprised. And he said, "Hey, did you do this?" And I embarrassedly said, "Yes, I did." And it was then when I started to realize that having an online profile really does like help your career, and it's really helped my career like throughout the years. So even if you can't like program or whatever, you can like use social media tools like LinkedIn. It's like a free tool like for folks to like go in and like create a profile of their education and of all the different job positions that they've been in. Oh, it's not working yet. Come on, share and network. So sharing has been another thing that has really done lots for my career, like sharing my passion in like dolls, for example. It's a very interesting thing about dolls. So dolls, I've met like folks who ended up working for me like part-time. So like this doll guy in Japan, and he ended up being a programmer for me. This is like the doll guy in China, he ended up doing design for me. There's like doll guy in the UK, and he ended up being like a web UI designer. So but if I wasn't like into dolls, and you know, I was like embarrassed to like let people know whatever, I would have like met all these folks who have really enriched my life with not only friendship, but with opportunities at the same time. So it's really important to share what you love. If you love anime, like share it. If you love surfing, share it. And so on and so on and so on. It's like really important to share. Because once you start sharing, you start connecting with other people, like online and offline. So sharing and networking is really, really important. And as you start to do that, you start to realize it's not about the money. Money is important, but what's more important than money is who you know. It really is about who you know. So, discover and live your passion, and the rest will just follow. Always nice. Load of bollocks and lies. By the guy who gave up. So, I hear this a lot. You know, Danny said this, this, and this, and I went and this, and you know, it was all lies. And so I do hear this from time. Now, the reason was most probably because the guy gave up due to an obstacle that he didn't want to tackle. So obstacles, many folks stop at obstacles for like many different reasons. So for example, one comes across like an obstacle and we feel that it may jeopardize our safety or comfort in some sort of way. And we also stop at obstacles because we don't know too much about them. And I think one of the reasons is that they are like unseen obstacles. So let's say, for example, you know, every day you learn to deal with like obstacles. Like, let's say like walking down the road and you like see a tree trunk and you know you don't normally go, oh my god, it's a tree trunk, what am I going to do? Usually you would like walk over it, I don't know, backflip over it, or I don't know, do a huddle and then like get rid of it or whatever. And you can do that really easily because you have learned how to like deal with these like physical like obstacles. And another thing is that we create further obstacles to protect us from like unseen obstacles. So. Okay, this is what we talked about just now with the tree trunk. So I think one of the things we can start to do is to visualize these unseen obstacles. And I think one of the ways that I do it is basically to think of the worst that can happen. You know, what's the worst that could happen if I go and tackle this obstacle? Usually, the answer isn't death. Right? Maybe it's something, okay, I'm going to lose this, or no, I may end up doing this, or whatever. But if it isn't death, then I really recommend that you go through and do it, because once you have tried to tackle an obstacle, you have basically gained a learning that you wouldn't have normally gained if you didn't do anything. So let's say you do try to tackle an obstacle, and it doesn't really go as well as you planned. And let's say that you lost a lot. It could be whatever. It could be money. It could be job. It could be a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. I don't know. So let's say that happens. Basically, what you need is revival tools to help you start again or reboot. So revival tools are basically your skills, your experience, and your connections. So one thing as a person who runs a business, what I need to do is always have constantly in my mind what's going to happen if I lose everything. If I lose my house, if I lose like all my money, what's going to happen? So what I can answer right now is that I can start again because I have the skills. I probably need a computer, maybe a Mac or whatever. But apart from that, I've got my computers, I've got my connections, I've got my skills, and I've got my connections to start again from day one. So, which are you? Are you a knife? Or are you a knife? So, you want to make sure that you are a knife. And this is simply done. This is like really easily done. And so I gained like all my programming skills, all my like, graphical skills, my video editing skills from Google Sensei. And just go along and just learn stuff on the internet. And one of the things, one of the most important things, however, is to do something with those skills. So you learn, let's say you learn some HTML. The most important thing is to actually apply that and make something. So you learn HTML and you go make a website. You learn JavaScript, you go and make something like Windows or whatever. You learn how to draw like anime girlies. You drew Doujin machines. You make health material for your friends. So it's really important to like fine-tune yourself as a tool, which can really help you recover from like any situation at all. Okay, so obstacles. Another reason why we stop at obstacles is because we just don't know what to do. You just don't know what to do. I mean, it happens to me from time to time. But when you get to an obstacle, you've got like options of you don't know what to do, but you can start to do something or anything at all. Because once you start to do something, it always leads to something, whether the outcome is desired or not. So, because like doing something what's going on here? Doing nothing always leads to nothing. Doing something always leads to something. So if you do nothing, nothing's going to happen. I mean, it sounds like really obvious, but doing something like it always leads to something. So it's just one small example over here. So let's say I'm designing a website. I know I need like a menu, I need like a splash panel over here. But I don't know what it should look like. What I do is, open like Photoshop or whatever. I just like stick all the elements I need. I've got like a banner, I've got like a menu. Just start dragging them around and like just doing stuff. Because by doing stuff you can like start to like visualize what's going on, and that will like, give you some sort of direction to like take this direction or to like take that direction. So always remember that anything that you do, it may not always turn out exactly how you like, but it's always going to be a learning, and you're never going to have that learning unless you try. So always do something. Alrighty, so I think that's about it. It looks like someone's like flashing lights at me. But before I leave you, just want to say that we've got a meetup gathering, right? And this gathering is going to be on Sunday 3rd from 11 a.m. to 15 p.m., 3 p.m., right? In WS1, wherever that is. And I've asked for a room that can like fit like loads and loads of people. So hopefully do come along and meet lots of comrades. Okay. So that's with Jacob and Right, I've got a booth in the exhibition hall. We've got loads of scientific show. And we've got some of these like huge banners of Mirai-chan done by like various artists. So these are on sale at the Kid Nemo booth as well, and I'll be like taking some back to Japan with me. So as mentioned earlier on, so if you want to grab yourself a Mirai Figma, you can go to the Kid Nemo booth, grab Mirai Figma and get another Figma for half price. We've got some of these Millennium t-shirts, which my wife is wearing. And so you can get these at Kid Nemo. And we've got one more t-shirt over here with some of the Moe kind of illustrations, plus on the t-shirt available on the jeans. Alright, so that's about it for today. But I think folks who were here last year remembered we all took a group photo. I'd love to have like a photo with everyone. So